kung sakali nga pong matutuloy or pag natuloy, is it foregone conclusion na maaaring isubpina itong mga bank records ni VP Sara? I mean, wala po bang kaduda-duda yon?
Tama yan. Under the bank secrecy law natin, bank deposits are absolutely confidential. Pero may mga exceptions, dalawang exception na applicable dito. One, in case of impeachment, walang qualification nakalagay in case of impeachment. At saka pangalawa, if there is a written consent from the depositor.
Aha.
Ngayon, because this is an impeachment case, of course, the prosecution will file a motion for a subpoena duces tecum.
Sir, sa tingin nyo rin ba pwede na rin manumpa yung mga bagong luklok na senador as senator judges as early as now since nag-umpisa na yung term nyo kahapon? Yun po yung kasi sinasabi ni Senator Ontiveros na dapat pwede na rin silang manumpa.
I'm not familiar with their rules. They are governed by their own rules and impeachment proceedings, in the impeachment proceedings. So, I cannot comment on that po. Baka magkamali ako.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Reaction Update PH nagbabalik. Napakaganda ho ng pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Walang iba ho, ito ngang impeachment ni VP Sara kung saan pwede nga po talagang ma-dismiss kung sakaling wala talagang sapat na ebidensya at walang jurisdiction itong gobyerno o senado kung sa impeachment trial ni VP Sara. At hindi lang yan, hindi pa po natin masabi. Ito nga kasing Supreme Court ay pwedeng hindi makialam o pwedeng makialam sa papalapit na complaint o trial ni VP Sara. Hindi lang yan mga kabdate, ito ang aring ombudsman kung saan ito ang pagkaluklok ni Remulang Bonjing, panigurado, babanatan na naman ho nila ang ating VP Sara. Kaya mga kabdate, hintayin lang po natin kung ano ang tama at ang mali na ginagawa ng gobyerno ni Bongbong Marcos dito sa ating VP Sara. Kasunod po nito, tila merong kakayahan ang Senado na isabpina di umano ang bank account ni VP Sara. Kaya mga update, pakinggan na ho natin ang magiging pahayag ng mga ito.
Justice, ang tanong po ng marami unang-una, kung sakali nga pong matutuloy or pag natuloy, is it foregone conclusion na maaaring isubpina itong mga bank records ni VP Sara? I mean, wala po bang kaduda-duda yon?
Tama yan. Under the bank secrecy law natin, bank deposits are absolutely confidential. Pero may mga exceptions, dalawang exception na applicable dito. One, in case of impeachment, walang qualification nakalagay in case of impeachment. At saka pangalawa, if there is a written consent from the depositor.
Aha.
Ngayon, because this is an impeachment case, of course, the prosecution will file a motion for a subpoena duces tecum to subpoena the bank records of Sara in BPI, no?
Apo.
And that will be voted upon by the judges, senator judges, the presiding officer, the Senate President can on his own.
Ayun nga mga kabit, sa naririnig nga naman natin, pwede po nilang i-freeze ang pera ni VP Sara sa bangko. Dito talaga mga kabit, magkikita po natin kung paano nila pinipilayan konti-konti si VP Sara. Diba? Kasi mga kabit, alam naman po natin malaki hong sagabal si VP Sara dito sa gobyerno ni Marcos Jr. Alam naman po niya ang kakayahan ng isang Duterte pag nakalukulok ay hindi nila mapigilan ang pulusok. Kaya mga kabit, tuloy lang natin.
Decide that or can throw it to the body.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the presiding officer decides on his own and a member does not agree, then that member can ask for a vote by the entire body. So, magkakaroon ng voting talaga yan. No?
Aha. Okay.
So, majority vote lang ang kailangan dyan.
Which means po na hindi matik po ito, ano po, dahil pwedeng sabihin na naman halimbawa na kagaya nung motion to dismiss the impeachment case against VP Sara, pwede rin pong maging subject of voting etong pagsubpina sa mga bank records ni VP Sara, and by a simple majority they can say no, we don't agree, or yes, we should go ahead with the BPI or any bank records ni VP Sara for purposes of the impeachment trial.
Tama yan. Of course, the senator judges by majority vote can say no or can say yes. Pag no yan, well, they will have to contend with the reaction of the public, no? Katulad yung second envelope yan during the impeachment of former President Estrada.
Mhm.
Pero meron pang pangalawang, there's a second avenue to open the bank accounts. Under the SALN law,
Mhm.
all public officials submit their SALN annually. Merong provision doon, before you sign, I hereby authorize the ombudsman or his duly authorized representative to verify my assets and liabilities in any appropriate government office. So, the ombudsman has a power to ask the Anti-Money Laundering Council to send the records of public officials with respect to their bank accounts. Dahil may reporting yung mga banks to AMLA, no? Pag it's over $500,000 pesos. So, ganyan nangyari during the impeachment of former Chief Justice Corona. The ombudsman requested from the AMLA the bank records, and nakuha niya, and the Chief Justice did not contest it anymore. Siya na nagsabi, yes, I have those accounts. So, very few people know this, but when every public official, when you file your SALN, you give a written authority.
It's a waiver, no? In other words.
It's a waiver. So, dahil nakalagay dun sa bank secrecy law, the bank deposits are absolutely confidential, except when there is a written consent from the depositor. In impeachment cases, when a competent court will order it in a bribery or case or a dereliction of duty case. So, ito will fall under the first exception when there is a written consent of the depositor, dahil in every SALN, binibigyan mo ng authority, written authority yung ombudsman to verify your SALN in any government office, with the records of any government office. So, pwede rin mag-request yung ombudsman sa Anti-Money Laundering Council, pero hindi pwede sa bangko, sa Anti-Money Laundering Council, because the Anti-Money Laundering Council is a government agency that's created by law.
Okay.
Option po ba ito yung pag-allow netong to AMLAC na i-check ang kanilang bank records? Is it an option, Justice, for the owner of the SALN, or ito po ay talagang mandatory na once?
Mandatory yan.
Mandatory.
You cannot, when you submit your SALN, you sign it, naka-imprenta na yun doon. I hereby authorize.
Alright.
Nasa form yun, printed form yun.
Opo. Kailan po mangyayari yung pag-request ng bank records ng Vice Presidente pag nagsimula na po ang impeachment trial?
Yes, during the trial na. The prosecution will request for that. But if there is, the ombudsman can also request the AMLA, may record siya. Pag may record siya, the ombudsman can, on his own, can also present that to the, or he can be also subpoenaed by the impeachment court. No?
Okay. So
that's exactly what happened during the time of Chief Justice Corona.
Yeah.
But when the ombudsman said, yes, I have the records, and of course, inadmit na ni Chief Justice Corona na he had the bank accounts.
Justice Carpio, halimbawa po ang scenario is nagbotohan ang mga Senate judges and they voted na wag na nating isubpina yung mga bank records ni VP Sara. What happens then to the ombudsman? Does that mean moot and academic na yung kanyang pinanghahawakan na waiver to subpina based on her SALN yung mga bank records ni VP Sara, and kahit na makuha pa yon, it cannot be presented to the senator judges because nagbotohan na sila?
The motion to the senator judges is to subpoena the bank the records of the deposits in the bank. Iba yung, that's another motion to get the records from the ombudsman. That will be another motion.
Okay. Now, let me see if this still stands. Kasi sabi po ng ombudsman, habang live ginagawa yung impeachment trial, the ombudsman is quite helpless, no, in pursuing the case that was lodged against VP Sara doon po mismo sa Office of the Ombudsman. So in other words, at saka, well, let's add the fact na magre-retiro na siya, di po ba? So for all intents and purposes, mukha po bang hindi na magiging effective kung ano man ang mga possible contributions ng ombudsman?
Well, there will be a new ombudsman by the time of July 29, no? Because the present ombudsman will be retiring already. So by the time of the trial, wala na yung present ombudsman, may bago na.
Yes, okay. So may di ano ito, parang 19th to 20th Congress, merong continuum.
Yes, because there is a crossover established na yan, although that could be questioned also, pero I think the Supreme Court will rule that there is a crossover.
Opo. Justice Carpio, alam po naman natin na hindi nga lang masyadong napag-uusapan na ang laki ng nakasalalay dito sa impeachment trial na ito. Principally, yung pong pagkandidato o pagtakbo ni VP Sara pagdating ng 2028. No? Kapag halimbawa she's found guilty, di ibig sabihin hindi na siya makakatakbo for any government position. Tama po ba?
Ayun mga kabdi, totoo yan. Kaya pag na-convict o naging guilty itong kay VP Sara, hindi nga ho siya makakatakbo. Pero ngayon mga kabdi, nakikita talaga natin, pinupuruhan ho siya. Halos lahat ng kabobohan nitong admin ni Marcos Jr., ipinapasok nila sa gobyerno. Lahat ng connection nila para matuloy talaga ang impeachment ni VP Sara. Ngayon mga kabdi, mantakin po ninyo, Ombudsman, Justice Secretary, Speaker of the House, lahat po nasa admin ni Bongbong Marcos. Kaya mga ka-update, tayo na lang po yung mga totoong sumusuporta dito kay VP Sara at kay Pangulong Duterte ang naniniwala na hindi mag-guilty o tataob itong admin ni Bongbong Marcos sa pagpapatuloy nila sa impeachment niya.
And therefore, talagang napaka-importante po nito, napaka-crucial itong impeachment trial nito. Would you agree, sir?
Well, yes, because I expect the decision of the impeachment court to include that there is perpetual disqualification. Although that's not automatic, no?
Opo.
You can be removed, but the penalty can also include perpetual disqualification.
So ibig sabihin, pwedeng tanggal lang, pero pwede pa rin tumakbo later on.
Yes, pwedeng ganyan. Dahil nakalagay, shall not extend further than removal from office and perpetual disqualification. So, pwede namang like for example, yung yung in other cases, well, the only impeach official was CJ Coronan. Sinama yung nakalagay doon and perpetual disqualification. Pero nasa Senado yan, nasa impeachment court kung gusto nila isama.
I see.
Sir, yung pagdedesisyon ng Korte Suprema doon po sa mga nakabinbin sa kanila, no? Dapat mayroon po bang maibibigay na weight for them to decide dito sa impeachment case na kailangan na itong simulan ng Senado before pa nila mabigyan ng sagot yung iba pang mga nakabinbin na resolution sa kanila or cases na filed?
Yes, there is one case filed by VP Sara that questioning the jurisdiction of the impeachment court dahil sa 1-year ban rule.
Yeah.
That could be decided by the court because that's a purely a constitutional issue. So, well, we're hoping that the court will decide that before the start. But if the court does not decide it, tuloy pa rin yung impeachment proceedings.
Yes po. Justice, I think you're in a perfect position to answer this. Ano po? I mean, the urgency, ito pong pagkaka-divide natin because of this impeachment trial and alleged delays or unreasonable delays. Bakit po hindi pa rin makapasok or pumasok ang Supreme Court to once and for all settle at least kung ano yung kaso na nakahain sa kanila? Why is it taking such a long time, sir?
Well, they have their procedure, schedule. Well, we cannot also impose on them na kaagad-agad decision nila. But I think they will decide it at the correct time.
Yes, sir. But it's been more than 4 months.
At saka may mga cases na years na.
But the presumption there, pag walang TRO, tuloy ang impeachment.
Ay, opo. At saka ibig sabihin, ang desisyonan nila, ang nakahain lang naman po ngayon, yung inihain ni VP Sara na the question of the jurisdiction. Di po ba?
Yes, yung 1-year ban.
Yung 1-year ban. Opo. Let me go to this area po, no, the issue sa justice on whether, in fact, pwedeng sabihin po ng 20th Congress na no, we are not willing to entertain this impeachment trial that came from the 19th Congress. Can they effectively do that, sir?
By majority vote, they can do that, but the prosecution will appeal to the Supreme Court. The issue is whether there is a crossover under the Constitution. So, ang gagawin ng prosecution, they will cite the cases in the Supreme Court where we adopted this impeachment rule. Dahil katulad si former President Bill Clinton, he was impeached by one Congress, by the House of one Congress, and tried by the Senate of the next succeeding Congress. Hindi lang yan, madami na. It's well established that there is a crossover.
Opo. So, ibig sabihin po ba, kapag the last option will still be
ituloy.
Hindi, pumunta ka sa
Supreme Court.
Korte Suprema.
Yeah, if the majority of the impeachment court now, the senators, will grant the motion to dismiss, I think the prosecution will certainly go up to the Supreme Court.
So it's another delay lang po ang mangyayari, Justice?
Yes, because remember, we are in July when they first meet. Tapos, if there is a motion to dismiss, siguro that will be decided sometime in August, mid-August, and then aakyat na yung prosecution end of August or early September, and then the court will have hold oral arguments. Nasa October, November na tayo, and it will be decided, let us say, mabilis sila, by December. By December, yung 1-year ban rule nag-expire na.
Yeah. Opo.
So, pwede na ulit yung
refile.
House of the 20th Congress to refile with the Senate the articles of impeachment. So, there is only a delay. Hindi talaga mahinto ang impeachment.
Ano po kaya, and we're just, shooting the breeze, Justice, ano kaya ang dahilan, ang Korte Suprema po ba ay hindi very eager to get into that controversy of yung 1 year rule, on filing of impeachment complaint, or dahil ba sa ayaw nilang makialam sa co-equal branch? Which is the, alin po yung mas matimbang dun?
Well, this is a constitutional issue whether the one-year ban started already dahil meron na silang decision the Supreme Court when I was still there that the one-year period starts when the plenary of the House refers the articles of impeachment to the Committee on Justice. All the first three dito sa case ni VP Sara, all the first three complaints never reached the Committee on Justice. Sa hanggang sa plenary lang.
Opo.
And on the 10th day, last day dapat the 10th session day, lumabas yung inadapt nila yung fourth impeachment complaint signed by more than 1/3 of the members of the House. So that supersedes everything.
But when we talk about yung delay, because actually dapat na-pick up na ng Senado ito nung nagsumite ang lower house nung impeachment complaint nga po. February 5 pa ito ngayon po July na. Would you, if you were asked, sir, ito ba reasonable delay pa rin?
Well, my opinion is it's already unreasonable. Based on the previous impeachments, yung kay former President Estrada, yung kay Corona, hindi sumobra ng mga 4 weeks yung delay Ito, magpa 5 months na
Oo nga po.
Hindi po ba pwedeng ipaharap ang mga senador dito for grave abuse of discretion nila because of this unreasonable delay?
Well, that will be the ground of the prosecution in going to the Supreme Court, grave abuse of discretion, but there is no penalty for that. Ang sasabihin lang, mag-umpisa na kayo ulit, you start the impeachment already. No?
One last question, Justice Carpio. Wala po bang rule of thumb ang Supreme Court na nagsasabi na when there's imminent urgency as to a question, lalong-lalo na po kung naging very divisive na nga yung issue, dapat matugunan nila o madesisyonan nila in X number of weeks. Wala po bang ganong rule of thumb?
Wala naman. But in this case, there is already a decided case by the Supreme Court, no? Yung kay Francisco case involving CJ Davide, that the one-year bar starts from the time the articles of impeachment are received by the Committee on Justice. Dito sa case na ito, hindi umabot sa Committee on Justice, so the one-year ban never started.
Ayun.
So meron na may na.
Oo, may precedent na, in other words.
Yes, there is already a precedent. So dapat yan tutuloy na yung trial.
Ayun.
So that's the reason for this. Hindi naman ito case of first impression
Opo.
Sir, baka may comment na kayo kasi yung ilang senador kahapon, si Senator Luis Ontiveros at si Senator Panfilo Lacson, sinabi nila na improper or inappropriate kung idadaan lamang sa majority vote yung impeachment kung i-dismiss. Ano pong masasabi niyo din, sir, as a lawyer na rin po?
Well, malinaw yung sinabi ng saligang batas. To try and decide cases belongs to the Senado. And to convict is 18 votes. And less than that will be acquittal. So I think it should be the same numbers. If you want to acquit the respondent, less than the required 18 votes will result into acquittal. But I haven't heard of dismissal. And the Constitution does not speak of dismissal.
Kumbaga bawal ang motion to dismiss, sir?
Yes, because the Constitution speaks of hearing and trial. Diba?
Pero sir,
and reception of evidence. Okay?
Pero sir, sabi ni SP Cheese, there is no prohibited motion daw. Wala namang rules that says bawal mag-motion.
I totally respect the opinion of the Senate President, but ours in the House of Representatives is it should proceed trial.
Sir, sa tingin nyo rin ba pwede na rin manumpa yung mga bagong luklok na senador as senator judges as early as now since nag-umpisa na yung term nyo kahapon? Yun po yung kasi sinasabi ni Senator Ontiveros na dapat pwede na rin silang manumpa.
I'm not familiar with their rules. They are governed by their own rules and impeachment proceedings, in the impeachment proceedings. So, I cannot comment on that po. Baka magkamali ako.
Sir, your take na lang doon sa 50 pesos wage hike sa NCR ng wage boards versus doon sa proposed legislated wage hike sana?
Alam mo, di ba bago magtapos ang Kongreso, may panukalang na aprubahan dito sa House of Representatives and was transmitted to the Senate. And kung ang House of Representatives sumasang-ayon sa 200 pesos ba yun?
Yes, sir.
And sa tingin ko naman, kung sa 50 pesos, mas lalong sasang-ayon yung House of Representatives.
But sometimes, sir, yung barya lang po kasi yung 50 pesos ang binigay, kaya kailangan po dapat magpasa na po tayo ng batas tungkol dito.
Well, yeah, I totally agree na iangat natin yung kumbaga kabuhayan ng ating manggagawa, and one way of doing that is really to look into how fair and how feasible also the increase, whether 50 pesos, 100 or 200 pesos. So kung ibabalik to, i-remand to sa committee, and I think so many members of Congress have already refiled the legislated wage bill, then whatever it is, 50, 100 pesos, 200 pesos, as long as kaya, both on the side of the employer and at the same time fair also to the workers, then susuportahan po natin.
Sir, profile lang ng party list coalition where this
58 po, 58.
58 members or 58 party list groups?
63 allocated seats for the party list, but 58 are supportive of the speaker, and some intends to join the party list coalition. We are still awaiting for the others to submit their application, pero during the orientation and get together, nandun na sila, and they signified already that they belong to the party list coalition. 58
58,
58 po.
out of the 63.
Out of the 63. Opo. Oo.